Hi everyone, and welcome to part 1 of Object-Oriented Programming in Python series. In this part 1 video, we're just going to be taking a quick overview or a quick look on object-oriented programming in Python. So, I have a diagram here. A main part of object-oriented programming in Python is the class. In OOP, also known as object-oriented programming in Python, a class is basically a template in which you can create objects. An object is anything in Python, a list, a variable, or even the number 19. Objects get their functions, variables, and more from classes. And right here I have a diagram. A class has two parts: an object, which are instances of classes, or a class variable, which belong to the class. Objects have a part 2. Objects have instance variables which belong to the object, and class variables have methods which are basically the functions of a class. Now, we'll go over to the next diagram that I have here, which are basically a few examples of classes and objects that you can use in OOP in Python. The class, for example, could be student, and the objects which belong to the class could be the teacher of the student, the name of the student, and the age of the student. Here we have another example. Class plant. 3 of the objects could be the water needed, the growth rate, and the light needed. We look back at our diagram over here and you can see that instance variables, objects have instance variables inside them. And since these are the objects, these must be the instance variables. So the water needed object has 2 instance variables, a lot of water or not a lot. So does the growth rate object. It has 2 instance variables, which are fast and slow, and the light needed object has 2 instance variables, again, a lot and not a lot. So that is it for part 1. That is it for our overview of object-oriented programming in Python. In our next video, in part 2, we will be learning the basics of how to create your first class. But for now, I'll see you later.